Well, hello once again, and welcome back to this series on how to draw iconic images. Well, the one I'm going to draw today is of a very famous ancient Egyptian queen, Queen Nefertari. And I'm going to start off with the profile. And start off with it just above the eye here, forehead coming down, in slightly to the nose, and slightly curved nose coming down like that. Coming in to the upper lip. Then into the top lip, out again to the bottom lip, in round that chin shape, and slightly straight line then down again, and the bottom lip coming up there, and the nostril appearing like that. Then a very typical eye of the ancient Egyptians you see in all of the tomb paintings, coming down like that. And Nefertari was favourite wife of King Ramesses the Great, and was obviously a very clever and beautiful woman. That's her eye coming in there. I'm doing the double lines because I'll be filling them in black later on, and her eye comes in like that. Okay, above that you have a line of the eyelid, and then eyebrow itself curving down, following that line there, very thick, like that. Okay, it's probably a little bit higher here. Then we have the headdress. Now in this case, the headdress is shaped like a vulture. And just above here on the forehead, you have the vulture's head coming out. Like that, coming up. And the beak can hang over. The eye there. And there's a kind of pattern in this part here. And it carries on up over the back. And the curve, long curve, comes right down to it here. And the actual headdress is very faithful to the shape of the vulture actually. You have a little kind of tail shape coming out the back here. I'll bring this down first of all, coming down there. And this tail shape comes down like this, fans out. Like that. And this part, the kind of headband almost of the design comes in like that, comes down past the end of the eye here. And from that, then another couple of lines coming up there, one there and one there. And then from there, you have the ear shape appearing. And then a really nice earring, which pierces the ear, and that hole there comes behind it. And it's the tail of a cobra. And the cobra kind of rears up like that, with its head in there, and the kind of bits of the eye coming out like that. Okay, then you have the ear shape itself. In there, like that. And we carry on with the wing shape of the vulture now, which carries on down from here. And the actual wing shape, it's quite broad and goes up like that, right to the top. And the feathers of the wing are represented with some lines coming up there. There's one like that, it's doubled up. There's another one coming in the middle here, following that same curve coming around, like that. And then the spread feathers of the wings appearing there. On the way up. And at the bottom too. At the bottom, the further shapes are made obvious by a line coming in like that, from that line cord to the point there, like, see? But that stops about here. Same with the bottom line. And it stops about there. Now, her hair appears behind the ear here, and down, quite a long kind of shape coming down like that. And there are lines along the bottom. And also her hair appears on this side, coming way around like that, swooping down her back. And I'll just finish off the shape of the vulture here. You have a kind of feather shape at the back of the leg, its leg appearing like that. And there's a shape like this which represents its claws. And I think they look as if they've been tied to some kind of rod, because you get that shape there appearing, okay? And these kind of lines appear on that part there. These part here, again, there are feather shapes, but they're drawn like this. And separated slightly, and then above that, you have the point of the scallop shape coming in to join the tip of each of those shapes that you drew there, like that. Okay, that carries on right to the end. And the same with this part here. You have separated ones coming down, and then these lines coming in like that. Okay, and then her neck will appear coming down about there, and of course they have the necklet, quite a famous shape. By the way, first of all I'll put in her shoulder shapes, which come in like that, fairly broad actually. Now again, this is very typical ancient Egyptian tomb paintings. They depict the head in profile, but the body facing you. Okay? This arm coming down there, the shape of her breast coming into her waist, and the other arm coming down there. And I carry on with the bottom of the necklet curving like that. And it's a series of bands divided by lines like that. So the next band appears in here. That will appear coming up there. And the other band coming in there. And appearing, that should straighten up a bit more actually, I'll sort that later. That comes in, up, coming up there. Another one coming in there. One here. And finishing off like that. And at the bottom you have a row of kind of teardrop shapes all the way up. And I'll finish those off when I'm inking in. And the same with these, you have a row of lines coming out like that all the way up. Same with that, and that, and that, radiating out as they come towards the shoulder, see, like that. Same on this side. There, and I'll, as I said, I'll do that when I'm inking in. Now to finish off now, we have a band at the waist here, which is kind of folded over. And there are pale kind of stripes on her bodice there, on her dress. Coming down towards the centre. That goes up like that. And then carries on, slopes up towards her shoulder. And then there's some on her arm, like that. Like that, okay, and some on the other side here too. In the actual tomb painting, they're fairly faint, so I'm not seeing very much weight on the pencil here. Okay, so that's that sketched in for you. And I think actually there's also a kind of slightly diaphanous piece of material coming down the back here as well. But basically, that's the shape of Queen Nefertari as seen in the tomb painting. And I'll get a pen now and we'll ink in. Okay, we'll start with the profile again. Quite full lips coming into the indentation below the chin there, coming out, a curve with the neck coming down there, and small nostril, and then top of the lip coming in straight and then curving down, and little crease at the side of the mouth there, and then it's quite striking eye and eyebrow, that's eye lid shape there, and then the actual eye itself, so down to a point, and a point here too, and then a nice curve underneath, and the actual pupil of the eye, and a slight white gap underneath there, that's the shade that in just now, give you an idea of how dramatic that looks, like that, okay? Excellent. Now, the top part of her headdress comes in here. And up to the head of the vulture. Little pattern coming around there, and I think there's some lines underneath here like that, and the top line carving right around like that, and add in this part now which stops there. Then we have a couple of lines coming down, and then her ear shape, which follows a line right down the outside, down like that, and there's another kind of shape in the middle there, and then the shape of the cobra come in, so there's a thin line in the middle, and sweeping out to those extended shapes on the side of the cobra's neck, as it were, its mouth, and you got a curved shape there, and a little line there, and the tail comes in like that. Okay, and then we have this line coming down, join to the wing shape now, right down to the bottom, and another line coming in there, following that line down there, and carving back. Then we can put in the radiating lines of the feathers. and the points, remember? And at the bottom too. Straight lines first. Carrying right up to the top. Straightening out as you go. And the pointy shapes at the bottom here. Like that. If the pencil lines are not quite right, you can adjust them as you go. For instance, this part of the hair is actually not wide enough, so I'm going to make it slightly wider. Go down to there, okay? And then these lines across the bottom, I think are actually, looks like they've been edged with gold. She ends her hairstyle like that, and why not? She's the queen. Right, that comes around there. You see the shape of the bird? And then its tail kind of fanning out there. Just draw your lines up from those curved bits. And then the back of its leg shape coming in, like that. I'll back up here again, I'll put in these scalloped feather shapes. Right, that'll take me a minute or so, so I'm just going to carry on. They're there already, so I'm just going to go over them, alright? Okay, I've just finished those scalloped feather shapes, coming back down to the bottom of the leg shape again now. Put that curving shape in. And they're meant to represent the claws as they come down in that kind of post shape, like that. And then our hair swoops down the back, a big straight line coming down, right down like that. And again edged in gold. Now, back up to the necklet shape here. First of all, the shoulders. And down like that. Another one coming in there. And the necklet. Let's readjust these lines slightly as I go. Bring that out to here. Have a curve coming around like that. Continuing there. Okay, I'm going to continue doing that and I'll catch you when I've done it. Right, I've almost finished putting in these radiating lines now. I'll just finish off this one here. And then carry on with the teardrop shapes at the bottom. As you see, I've done them all these here. And these radiate out just like these lines here. Okay, now the shape of her body. Got down to quite a narrow waist here. And shape of the breast curving in down to the waist there. And the other arm coming in there. And the waistband. And then these, there's another one coming in, floating out there actually. These pieces of material swooping out behind her there. And then of course we have the stripes on her body. I think this pen is probably a bit too thick for that, so we'll get a finer one to do those. Okay, this is the 0.8 that I've got, it's a lot thinner and more delicate. Okay, so I'm just going to continue and go over my pencil lines, and again I'll catch you when I've done that. Alright, I'm just finishing off outlining these pencil lines now, these stripes on our arms, slightly curved lines. Okay, and just to finish it off, I'll get a thicker pen and we'll block in some of these black areas. Right, I have a much broader pen now, and I'm going to fill in some of these dark areas, the black areas. The headband is the first one. You shade along the line first. Up there too, like that. And by down here, and actually there's a mist out, there's a pale band about here. So the black of our hair appears there and comes down like that. Here's the broad end of it now. Going up underneath, turn around to get the point. Get the flat again. Into this line here. Okay, and then this mass of hair at the back here, which is all black. Again, using the sharper edge to kind of draw around these finer points of the drawing here. Like that. Along the bottom, a little post shape. And you can do the flat again to fill in right around here. And the same down here, using the flat edge to outline that, and then fill it in. Now these stripes that are drawn on the body there, in the actual tomb painting, they are a kind of pale brown colour. Well, what I'll do is, I'll get a pencil and we'll put them in a kind of middle tone. Okay, and here's a 6B pencil. I'm going to cover that, don't want to smudge that ink. And I'll just touch in these stripes like that, okay? I'll continue doing that and I'll catch you when I'm finished. Okay, I'm just finishing off these stripes now. I think what I'll do is, when I've done that, I'll get a putty rubber and I'll go over them lightly just to give the kind of quality of the tomb painting. Some bits have faded, you know, like that. Just yeah, that kind of got the faded quality. See that? Okay, and take some of these pencil lines out too. Right, now I think this belt is also fairly dark, so I'll just kind of shade that in just now as well. And I'll give that the putty rubber treatment inside too, okay. Right, and a wee bit of that rubbed over. A bit more quality, some of these pencil lines taken out. Excellent. Well, I hope that you enjoyed that. Just a line here actually. Let's put that line back in. There we are. I hope you enjoyed that. And I hope you can join me again when I will be drawing some more interesting stuff for you, which I hope you can try yourself. Okay, but in the meantime, of course, all the best and happy drawing.